to the plate of the Star Spangled Banner.
The 2024 Strasburg Express are on the air from First Bank Park in Strasburg, Virginia. It is the 2024 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kyle Gutschall. Glad to be with you here tonight as we get ready for Game 2 of the North Division Finals between the Purcellville Cannons and the Strasburg Express. Purcellville, the number 1 seed in the North Division, is now just 1 win away from advancing to the Valley Baseball League Championship Series and knocking off the 2-seeded Express. Last night, Purcellville at home beat the Express 11-7. Purcellville led 4-0 after 1 and 8-0 after 2. Strasburg with a valiant effort in the 9th inning, but they fell short. And they'll look to win this game tonight and force a Game 3 tomorrow night back at Purcellville as Lucas Glover gets the start tonight for the Express. Glover is out of High Point University. He is a 6'5 righty, 205 out of High Point, North Carolina. Lineup he will face tonight for the visiting Purcellville Cannons. Leading off and playing center field, it's Caleb Freeman. Batting second is Shintaro Inoue, the shortstop. Batting third and playing third, it's Jake Slade. Batting fourth is the designated hitter Kyle Johnson. Batting fifth, the second baseman Masuki Kono. Batting sixth is Lincoln Pack, the left fielder. Batting seventh and playing right field, it's Devin McKeitron. Batting eighth is David Sorg, the first baseman, and batting ninth is the catcher Christopher Marte. The starting pitcher tonight for Purcellville is Blake McMillan.
Leading off the center fielder from Georgia State University, number 99, Caleb Freeman.
Again, thank you for joining us. If you're watching over on Facebook or YouTube, for the best video quality, it seems that YouTube is the website to view us on. So if you go to YouTube, search up Strasburg Express, you can change the the video quality in the settings to 1080p. First pitch of the game is a called strike at 7 o'clock, and we're underway. Again, Strasburg back in an elimination position just as they worked 2 days ago here against Winchester when they were able to beat the Royals. 0-1 to Freeman, and that just misses, ball one. Caleb Freeman, the center fielder tonight for the Purcellville Cannons. He is out of Georgia State University. 1-1, the pitch from Glover. Breaking ball in there, it's 1-2. Strasburg had some chances in the first inning yesterday, but fell short, and then their pitching let them down for most of the ball game. Just too many free passes, and the offense really didn't get going until late, which made things tough as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the lefty Freeman. Swing and fouling it back. Caleb was 1 for 4 last night out of the leadoff spot for Purcellville. Other series going on in the South Finals. Last night, Culpeper pulled the upset over Charlottesville, so now the Culpeper Cavaliers in their second season in the Valley League are a win away from heading to the championship series. Glover's pitch is fouled away, still 1-2. Beautiful night at the ballpark, some breeze, temperatures in the mid-80s.
In exchange for a free spot, of course.
Between the top 2 teams seed-wise in the North from 2024, Purcellville and Strasburg. 1-2 the count to Freeman. And a breaking ball, that's high, 2-2. Defense tonight behind Glover. Chisholm's in left, Schmitz in center, and Castillo's in right. Hot corner is Henderson at third, LaSala's at short, Bianchina's at second, MJ Phillips is at first, and Duff is doing the catching. After a close pitch, the 2-2 is swung on and hit into right field. It's pretty deep, but Castillo has a beat on it, and he'll make the catch. And a deep fly out to right will start our game here tonight.
And shortstop from Kansas State University, number 11, Shin Inoue.
Here's Shintaro Inoue, the shortstop. He's out of Kansas State University, 5'7" lefty from Yamaguchi, Japan. He had a big night last night. He was 2 for 4 with a 3-run home run. And the first pitch to him is swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. This Purcellville team, like everyone, they've lost some pieces, especially in the pitching department. Their bullpen had really been one of their strengths, or you could say their pitching in general. But they have lost some big names in the back of that bullpen. 0-1. Swing and another foul towards the parking lot. Quickly 0-2. That's one thing about it that you hate to see, kind of the trend of summer baseball, at least in the Valley League, is, you know, these teams play all season long. They get to the playoffs and they have about half of what they started with, which is definitely frustrating. 0-2, and that's fouled away again. Inoue's a tough out. He's kind of a slap hitter, but he went down and got one last night and drove it out of the ballpark to right center there in Purcellville. He's a tough out, that's for sure. Plays a great shortstop as well. 0-2 again from Glover, and that's in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Big thing for Strasburg, and I've talked about it a lot. You have to start strong. You can't fall behind. Well, they've been doing that lately, especially in the end of the regular season. However, they did here at home a couple of nights ago have a 2-0 lead after 1 against Winchester, and they went on to win that game. Last night, they were down 4-0 after just 1. 1-2, and that's outside, 2-2. And that is hit to left, and it's going to be a base hit, and it's going to go all the way to the corner. Inoue, as the ball is bobbled by Chisholm, is into second with a 1-out double. So he continues to hit. 1-out double for the Cannons here in the bottom, in the top of the first.
Number 43, Jake Slade.
Good piece of hitting there from Inoue. He was late on it, but kept it fair down the left field line. Little line drive over Henderson's head, and he's on second with 1 out. So the Cannons in business now. And here is the third baseman, Jake Slade. Slade is out of Virginia Tech. He's from Purcellville. 6'4", 175. Time is called. And he takes in the dirt, blocked nicely by Duff. A lot of wild pitches last night and a lot of hit-by pitches. And again, against this Purcellville team, you just can't afford all that if you want to win the ball game. Slade was 0 for 3 last night in the Purcellville victory. One 1-0 the count. And a fastball right down the middle for a called strike, 1-1. Pretty good crowd here on this Saturday night for baseball as we wind down the end of the Valley League season, heading toward August. Glover checks the runner and delivers. Swing and a miss. Got him to go after a breaking ball. He was way out in front, 1-2. One two's in the dirt. Duff keeps it in front of him again, 2-2. Two, and that is hit foul toward the Express dugout, and we'll do it again at 2-2. So we're seeing Glover get some guys to 2 strikes, but then struggling to put them away with a swing and a miss or something of that sort. We saw a new way battle and double down the left field line. Now Slade trying to do the same here with 1 out in the first. 2-2, that's in the dirt again, 3-2. Slade not biting. Kyle Johnson, the DH out of Duke, is on deck. Johnson, another local product to Purcellville. He's out of Leesburg. Three and two. The pitch. Swing, and that ball's hit right field. Castillo has it. He will make the catch. Inoue tagging the third. Here's the throw by Castillo, and Inoue just gets in there. He didn't slide, made it a little bit closer than it should have been. It's a fly out for the second out, and the Cannons have a man at third now.
Number 27, Kyle Johnson.
So a nice job there from Lucas Glover getting the out for the second out. Inoue moves to third, and here's Johnson. 6'1" righty, as I mentioned, out of Duke. This will be the 21st pitch of the inning, and it's in the dirt. Duff blocks it again. Dimensions here at First Bank Park, 300 feet down the lines, left and right field. Deepest part of the park is 365 to straightaway center. Johnson went 1 for 5 last night. Pretty similar lineup for the Cannons from last night, except maybe the catcher. And a fastball finds the corner, 1-1. I believe last night Aiden Aparicio got the start for the Cannons, but Christopher Marte's in there tonight. And this might be Marte's first appearance of the season for the Cannons, coming here in the playoffs. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Johnson with a healthy hack, but he couldn't connect, and it's 1-2. Glover looks in for his signs. He's just a pitch away, a strike away from getting through this first. And a foul back off the pole. Ricochets past the mound. We'll do it again at 1-2. Express still have some very solid options to pick from out of the bullpen, something we really couldn't say last year at this point in the playoffs, where they were just continuing to fight and fight with a very limited roster size. I think they were down to around 20 at that point and had very few pitchers. 1-2. Inside, 2-2. So Jim Wygo got the start last night. Then Evan Burt came into the game. Saw MJ Phillips in there for a little while. Grant Adams. Hayden Fravel. 2-2 to Johnson. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out in a big scoreless first inning for the Express. They start off on the right foot tonight, and we head to the bottom of the first. The left-hander Blake McMillan's on the mound for Purcellville. We'll tell you about him and the Express lineup when we return here on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network.
first from UNC Charlotte, second baseman, number 10, A.J. Bianchina.
Welcome back to Strasburg. We go to the bottom of the first. We're scoreless as the lefty Blake McMillan gets the start tonight for the Cannons. McMillan, 6'5", left-hander out of Niagara University. He had good numbers in the regular season, ERA of around, I think, 2.5 or 3. So he will get the start tonight, and the first pitch to the leadoff man, A.J. Bianchina, is a strike. It's 0-1. Bianchina, the leadoff man, playing second tonight. Batting second is Brooks Henderson, the third baseman. Batting third and playing left, it'll be Connor Chisholm. 0-1. And that's a ground ball up the middle. Ranging is Inoue. He fields, he throws to first. It's high, and the tag is not applied in time. Oh, okay, they say he's safe. Looked like he was out. Looked like the tag had been applied. Don't know if they're going to try to say he came off the bag, but Bianchina is going to be called safe, and he'll reach on...
And the third baseman from Lackawanna College, number 41, Brooks Henderson.
Rest of the lineup for Strasburg as the umpire talks over with Purcellville's manager. Batting fourth is Logan Duff, the catcher. Batting fifth, Carter Schmidt, the center fielder. Batting sixth, Eddie Castillo, the right fielder. Batting seventh is M.J. Phillips, the first baseman. Batting eighth is the DH, Carson Applegate. And batting ninth is Anthony LaSala, the shortstop. So that will be scored an E6 on Inoue. So Bianchina reaches. Heck of an effort to get there, but then the throw is offline. Here is the third baseman, Brooks Henderson. He hit a ball down the right field line last night at Purcellville. It's only, I think, 310 there, and if it was hit here, I think it would have been gone. Only a 10-foot difference. 1-0. That's in the dirt, blocked, but nope, it gets away. And Bianchina jogs into second on the wild pitch. So the Express have a man in scoring position with nobody out. Brooks Henderson, the batter out of Lackawanna College, 5'8", righty, 180, from Feasterville, Pennsylvania. 2-0 from McMillan, the lefty. And he shows bunt and fouls it off. It's 2-1. Interesting there. Henderson in a 2-0 count with a man at second and nobody out, thinking about playing some small ball. Looked more like a drag bunt than anything. Henderson's been swinging it well since he arrived with the Express. So far in the playoffs, he's just 1 for 8. And that is hit down the third baseline. It's a fair ball, softly hit, and it's going to die in front of the left fielder, Pack. 1 run scores into second, and in there safely with a RBI double is Brooks Henderson. And Strasburg leads it 1-0 here. So Henderson comes up big. Third baseman Slade was playing off the line a little bit. Henderson didn't hit it extremely well, but he hit it well. It was well located. So it's 1-0 just like that. Still nobody out in the man in scoring position. And here's Connor Chisholm, the left fielder out of Ole Miss. Chisholm from Madison, Mississippi. He takes inside, ball 1. A few lefties in this Express lineup. They'll have to try to deal with the left-hander McMillan here. 1-0 the count. Chisholm batting .285 with an RBI here in the playoffs. And he swings at one way inside and fouls it off, 1-1. So 1-0 Strasburg, an error to start the bottom of the first, then a wild pitch and a double. Softly hit past the third baseman that died out there in the freshly cut grass in the outfield. Count is 1-1. And that is a tad low, 2-1. Purcellville, one thing to say is it looked like they were just going to absolutely run away with the game last night. They were going to maybe get away with using 3 pitchers or so, but they had to use some more arms than they would have liked. That's in the dirt to the backstop. On his way to third, the throw, and it is not in time. Henderson's there on the wild pitch. So again, the catcher, Marte, unable to block the ball. Now the pitching coach will come out and talk to the pitcher and catcher as the Express have a man at third with nobody out. We'll step away briefly during this meeting to the mound. All right, meeting is over. 3-1 count, nobody out, bottom one. Chisholm the batter with Henderson at third for Strasburg. 3-1 is down and in, ball four, and the Express have men on the corners with nobody out.
Now batting the catcher from Randolph-Macon College, number 6, Logan Duff.
Brings up Logan Duff, the catcher out of Randolph-Macon College. Duff out of Forest, Virginia, 6-foot right-hander, 190 pounds. The Cannons will try to turn two up the middle and trade a run for a couple of outs. Corners are even, first baseman holding the runner on. And the pitch is in there for a strike, and McMillan fires it in. It's 0-1. McMillan now at 12 pitches through this first inning with nobody out. 6 balls and 6 strikes. Duff trying to drive one to the pull side. And he hits one to the right side in foul territory. Backing up is Sorg, and that's going to drop foul. That one was still in play near the warning track by the fencing over there. The count's 0-2. Looked like Kono, the second baseman, had the best look at that thing, but it drops foul, and Duff gets another chance here, but he is now behind 0-2. Strasburg would love to add some more here. And a foul back, fastball away. Duff goes after it and just gets a piece. And we will do it again at 0-2. First Bank Park, the site of this one here tonight. Game 2 of the North Finals. Logan Duff, the batter. Swing and another foul back, and the battle continues. McMillan firing in, trying to light up the strike zone now after he has walked one so far. So it's still 0-2. Chisholm at first. And that is down. Nice eye there from Duff, spitting on the changeup, and it's 1-2. Duff batting .250 here in the playoffs, 1 for 4. Got some rest last night after he got the start the night prior here against Winchester. 1-2. Breaking ball, high, 2-2. Didn't really break, it kind of hung up there, but above the zone. This will be pitch number 18 of this first inning for the starter, Blake McMillan. And a swing and a miss. And Duff down on strikes for out number 1 here in the first.
Center fielder from Randolph-Macon College, number 3, Carter Schmidt.
So from one Randolph-Macon to another, here's the center fielder, Carter Schmidt, the left-hander. Schmidt out of Glen Allen, Virginia, 5'11", 190. Big spot here, it's still first and third, only 1 out. If you're Strasburg, you really don't want to walk away with anything less than 2 runs. Chisholm leading at first, he goes. The pitch is in the dirt, and the runner's coming. The throw not in time, and a wild pitch results in another run for Strasburg. The Express lead it 2-0 here in the first inning. It trickled away from Marte. Henderson hesitated at first as Chisholm was moving on the pitch. It'll be a stolen base for him. But then Marte took too long to find it, and Henderson took advantage. We saw multiple times last night where balls got away from Strasburg catching, and Purcellville took advantage. Right here, the Express take advantage. So it's now 2-0. Man at second and 1 out, 1-0 count. That's high, and off the glove of Marte again. Keeps it around in the vicinity this time. It's 2-0. So a 2-0 hitters count here for Carter Schmidt. That's just low, 3-0. Schmidt trying to get off the schneid here in the playoffs. He's 0 for 6 with a couple of RBIs, including a couple against Winchester. in the elimination play-in game. 3-0. We'll see if Schmidt's got the red light here. And he takes high, ball 4. So that's the second left-hander that McMillan has walked here, and we're going to see, I think, the bullpen start to get going for Purcellville here in the first.
From San Jac College North, number 9, Eddie Castillo.
And it brings up the right fielder, Eddie Castillo, out of San Jacinto College North. Big spot early here for the Express. First and second and just 1 out. Castillo trying to get it going as well. First pitch. And a pitcher's pitch, called strike, 0-1. Not much you're going to do with that as a right-handed hitter. Castillo 0 for 5 in the postseason. McMillan has now thrown more balls than strikes, 12 balls, 11 strikes. 0-1. That's in the dirt. This time Marte blocks it, 1-1. 2-0 Strasburg here. We play in the bottom of the first. Express still threatening. Connor Chisholm out at second. And Carter Schmidt at first. 1-1. That's way up and away. 2-1 now. So McMillan is fighting his control early in this ball game, similar to what we saw from Strasburg's left-hander last night, Jim Wygo. Just kind of had trouble locating. He went just an inning, and then Strasburg went to the bullpen. Hitters count here for Castillo, 2-1. Swing and a miss, blew the fastball by him, 2-2. MJ Phillips, another left-hander, is on deck for the Express. Miles Curley not in the lineup tonight for Strasburg. He got a little banged up last night, so we'll see what his availability is if Strasburg can advance tonight or keep the series going. 2-2, runners go. Pitch is low, throw to third, and he is called out. Called out at third base. Looked like Chisholm and got it in there safely, and the base umpire calls him out. Called stealing, 2-5. Just can't afford missed calls in the postseason. You just can't. 3-2 now with Schmidt at second and 2 outs. And a ground ball to third. Fielding is Slade. Throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. So the Express score 2 runs, and the same as they did against Winchester, they lead it 2-0 after 1. We go to the second. Express 2, Cannons nothing on the Express Baseball Network.
baseman number 2, Mitsuki.
Top of the second, we go from Strasburg. New pitcher for the Express. They're going to go to the right-hander, Aaron Schaefer, out of Bethune-Cookman. Schaefer, 5'10", righty from Davie, Florida. He'll take over here. Lucas Glover starts the game. He goes an inning. And now Schaefer into the game here. For the Express, he'll face Kono, Park, and McEachern. First pitch to the lefty, Kono, is outside, ball 1. 2-0 Express, 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Probably should have been worse, but caught stealing at third on a questionable call. 1-0. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Kono, the batter, he's hitting .666 in the playoffs, 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. He's at a Christian Brothers University from Osaka, Japan. 1-1. Fastball, tad bit high, 2-1. Final line for Lucas Glover. He went an inning, allowed a hit. No runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Stranded a man at third in the first. 2-1. Showing bunt and fouling it off is Kono. It's 2-2. Thing about the Cannons, they love to bunt, especially Kono and Inoue. And they're very good at it. Henderson, the third baseman, has to be ready. Even with 2 strikes, you just never know. But I think he'll be swinging away here. Schaefer kicks and deals. That's in the dirt, 3-2. No score from Culpeper as Charlottesville needs a win to keep that series alive. Tom Sox, the #1 team in the Valley League this year record-wise, but they're going to need to win 2 in a row just like Strasburg if they want to get to the championship. Big pitch here, 3-2. And a swing and a fly ball into right. Castillo is there and makes the catch. And there's 1 out here in the second. So Kono's retired. Here comes Lincoln Pack, the left fielder.
Number 1, Lincoln Pack.
Pack out of West Virginia. 5'9" righty from Mount Morris, Pennsylvania. He will face the righty Aaron Schaefer, and the pitch is high, ball 1. So not much being called at the top of the zone. More down and away than anything, it seems. 1-0. And that one finds the inside part, 1-1. Number 1 batting and a 1-1 count with 1 out. Pack 0 for 3 last night with a couple of RBIs. He swings and misses. Might have been a foul tip. It was on a fastball riding inside. It's 1-2. Schaefer's 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball that is off the plate. Tried to paint the outside corner and missed. It's even at 2. 2-2. Breaking ball softly hit the third. Charging Henderson. Sets, throws, and got him. 2 outs here in inning number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Purcellville.
Chattanooga State Tech Community College, number 45, Devin McEachern.
Here's Devin McEachern, the right fielder out of Chattanooga State Tech Community College. 6-foot righty, 195. Schaefer looks for a 1-2-3 inning. The pitch, breaking ball, strike called, 0-1. Devin comes into the ball game 1 for 3 in the postseason. Couple of RBIs last night, 0-1. Breaking ball misses, 1-1. Again, Purcellville last night, they had to use up some arms, even though the game wasn't really that close until the end. 1-1. Fastball, check swing, did he go? No. And it's ball 2. Pretty good location there. It was a fastball top of the zone or above the zone, and McEachern laid off. So now a 2-1 count. And a fastball, Schaefer blew it right by him, reached back and let it go. 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the second. Strasburg leading Purcellville 2-0. Schaefer kicks and deals. Breaking ball, swing, and a miss. He struck him out, and Aaron Schaefer comes out of the pen and picks up a 1-2-3 top of the second. Express coming up. They'll send up 7, 8, 9. Phillips, Applegate, and LaSala. When we return, as the lefty McMillan heads back to the mound for Purcellville. We'll be back after this on the Express Baseball Network. MJ Phillips leads off for Strasburg as we go to the bottom of the second. First pitch is high, ball 1. Phillips, the 7-hitter tonight, playing first base out of Towson, the Tigers. I believe they're still in the Colonial Athletic. I don't know what it's called now. They changed the name of the Colonial Conference. 1-0. Fastball high again, 2-0. So we've already seen Chisholm, the lefty, walk against the lefty McMillan, and then Carter Schmidt, he also walked against McMillan. So he is having trouble throwing strikes to left-handers tonight. 2-0 to Phillips. Ball 3. 3-0 now to Phillips. Phillips was 0 for 4 against Winchester here a couple nights ago. He likes to swing 3-0, but he takes this time. That's called a strike. Top of the zone, 3-1. 3-1, nobody out, bottom 2 here from Strasburg. And that's high, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk, and every lefty, all 3, have drawn walks against the lefty McMillan through one turn in the lineup.
And the DH out of St. Joseph's, number 5, Carson Applegate.
So Phillips draws the leadoff walk, which is never good if you're the opposing team. And here's Carson Applegate, the DH out of St. Joseph's. Applegate from Columbus, New Jersey, 6-foot righty, 190. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Shallow right. McEachran has a beat. He'll make the catch, 1 out. So Applegate pops out on 1 pitch. And it brings up Anthony LaSala, the shortstop.
Pittsburgh, number 45, Anthony LaSala.
LaSala had a big night here in the elimination game against Winchester. He went 3 for 4 from the 9-hole with 2 home runs and a single. He led off last night, back to the 9 spot tonight. He's at a pit, and he takes in the dirt, ball 1. Applegate falls to 1 for 5 in the postseason after that flyout. LaSala in the playoffs, 4 for 7, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, a .571 batting average, 1-0. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. He got a base hit last night in the 9th inning, 1-1. That's fouled back off the hands. It's 1-2. Top of the lineup is next, and A.J. Bianchina, the second baseman. McMillan trying to get on track after a bumpy first inning, the 1-2. And that's just a little bit off the plate, 2-2. Good take there from Anthony. Evens the count up. McMillan has thrown 17 strikes. He's thrown 21 balls through an inning and a third. 2-2 and a strike 3 called. Nice pitch there from McMillan, and that's the second out here in the second.
Second baseman, number 10, A.J. Bianchina.
So back to the top of the lineup for the Express. It's Bianchina, who reached on an E6 his first time up. First punch out of the night, second punch out of the night now for McMillan. And he swings and grounds one to third, picked up by Slade. He will throw to first in time, and the inning is over. Strasburg with a leadoff walk. It's a rare one, didn't even leave first base. And we're through 2 and off to the third. Express lead the Cannons 2-0. We're back after this on the Express Baseball Network.
Sorg.
David Sorg leads off for Purcellville as we go to the top of the third inning. It'll be Sorg, Marte, and Freeman, 8-9-1 in the Purcellville lineup. And Schaefer still on the mound for the Express. First pitch is a breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. David Sorg is out of the University of Arkansas Little Rock. 6'6" lefty from Fort Smith, Arkansas. 0-1. Schaefer deals, that's outside. One. And Sorg checked his swing. Did he go? No. 2-1. Sorg in the postseason 0 for 5. That was all last night. Schaefer behind in the count, 2-1. And a swing and a high fly ball to center. That's well hit, backing Schmidt up towards the wall, and it's gone. So David Sorg has the Cannons on the board. It's 2-1 here in the third inning. Hit it to the deepest part of the park. So Strasburg's lead is cut in half.
Now batting the catcher from Florida Memorial University, number 9, Christopher Marte.
So here's the catcher, Marte. He takes a strike, 0-1. Christopher Marte out of Florida Memorial University, 6-foot righty, 215. 0-1. Popped up in the infield. Phillips coming in. He nearly overran it, but he makes the catch in fair territory, and there's one out here in the third inning.
Center fielder, number 99, Caleb Freeman.
Back to the top of the lineup for Purcellville, it'll be Caleb Freeman, the center fielder. He flew out to Castillo and right his only time up. Wears the number 99 and bats from the left side. The pitch. Swing and a foul tip. It is 0-1. And in the dirt. Now 1-1. Schaefer looks in, kicks, and delivers. And that's called ball 2. Not sure where, but it's called ball 2. Two one. Same spot, same result, ball 3. Shintaro Inoue is on deck for Purcellville. 3-1. And a pop-up, third base side, out of play. Count fills up at 3-2. Charlottesville leading Culpeper 3-0, top of the second inning there. 3-2. And ball 4. Schaefer thought it struck him out, but it's a walk.
Shortstop, number 11, Shin Inoue.
So a 1-out walk, and here's the lefty Inoue. Doubled his first time up. And Freeman's got great speed, so he could be at second any moment now. Showing bunt, pulling back, and taking a ball. It's 1-0. First walk by Strasburg pitching tonight. 1-0. Runner gets a big jump, but takes, I should say, goes back to first, and Inoue takes a strike, 1-1. This will be pitch number 30 for Schaefer through an inning plus. Breaking ball hit in the air, he got under it, left center. Chisholm moving to his left, camps under it, and he makes the catch, 2 outs. It's a big second out here in the third. And it brings up the 3-hitter Jake Slade, who flew out to right his only time up. So Freeman back to first after the fly out by Inoue. So the tall right-hander Slade steps in now. Schaefer checks the runner at first. And the pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. 2-1 Strasburg here in this elimination game. The Express have to win tonight to force a game 3 tomorrow night back at Purcellville. 0-1. Swing and a miss. He just blew it right by him. Quickly 0-2. And they got the runner picked off at first. Nope, he's safe. Had him leaning, but Freeman just able to get back in there. Oh, 2. Schaefer deals, and that's outside. Duff slides out of the crouch to make the catch. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. One, two, struck him out swinging. Schaefer goes with the slider and gets Slade to go down swinging for out number 3. Purcellville gets on the board. A solo home run by David Sorg, but the Express lead it 2-1. We go to the bottom of the third. It'll be 2-3-4 when we return on the Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg as we go to the bottom of the third. Express leading the Cannons 2-1. It'll be 2-3-4 Henderson, Chisholm, and Duff. And the first pitch is hit softly to short. Should be routine for a great defensive shortstop. And he's safe at first again. And the dugout can't believe it. Sorg comes off again, cannot believe it. And it'll be another error on the shortstop in Niue, who hardly ever makes errors. He's made 2 errors tonight. Henderson reaches to start the inning. And disbelief, absolute disbelief from the Cannons dugout as they go flying out, thinking that the tag had been applied by Sorg. First base umpire, similar to what happened in the first inning, said nope, it was a bad throw and the tag was not applied. So 2 errors now on the Purcellville shortstop, Shintaro and Niue. That's hard to believe. Sorg talking with the base umpire. Wow, okay. So possibly another gift for the Express. And the fact that if it was a good throw, it wouldn't have mattered anyways, but the fact that the throw was offline again and Sorg had to once again try to apply a tag, somehow he was safe. So leadoff error again. Here's Chisholm, and he swings at the first pitch and gets jammed. Coming in is Freeman. He's going to get there and make the catch, and there's 1 out. So Chisholm swings away at the very next pitch and gets jammed for a big first out. Brings up Logan Duff, the catcher. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. So that error may not, we'll see what kind of a impact that has here. And he's swinging away at the first pitch. That could have been a 3-pitch inning right there if he had made contact or put it in fair territory, but it's foul, 0-1. Henderson swung away first pitch, reached on the air, then Chisholm with the pop out on the first pitch. And then swinging away is Duff. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball left side. That's going to be past the shortstop into left field, a base hit. And the Express are in business. First and second now with just 1 out. Logan Duff continues to contribute for the Express. It'll bring up Carter Schmidt, the center fielder.
Center fielder number 3, Carter Schmidt.
And the pitch to Schmidt's a strike, 0-1. 0-1. Henderson goes, and that ball's hit in the air to right, but he got under it. And barely making the catch out there is McEachern. Schmidt got under it. Oh, that would have been a big one if he could get it over the fence. Instead, it stays in, and there are 2 outs. Brings up Castillo.
Number 9, Eddie Castillo.
Eddie grounded out to third back in the first. Strasburg should have had second and third with just 1 out in the first inning while leading 2-0, but Chisholm was called out after getting his hand in before the tag. And then Castillo grounded out, I think, the very next pitch. Eddie takes a strike, 0-1. Same thing as last time. He takes a fastball outer part, falls behind, 0-1. These are the spots for Strasburg. They have to come up big, especially when Purcellville commits errors like they have. 2 errors so far. 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Purcellville will have 4, 5, 6 due up in the 4th. 0-2. And that's off the plate. Not a bad pitch from McMillan, but staying consistent as the umpire. It's called a ball. Wouldn't be shocked to see McMillan try to come in on him with a fastball right under the hands and try to paint the black. 1-2. That's way outside. Tried to go out there again and missed badly. 2-2. E6 to start the inning, then a fly out, a single, and another fly out. Two. That's in the dirt. Castillo lays off nicely, and that fills the count up at 3-2. Runners will be on the move on this 3-2 pitch coming up from McMillan. Big spot here in the bottom of the 3rd. Express leading just 2-1. And a swing and a fly ball into center. It's well hit, but getting there and making the catch is Freeman. And the inning is over. Strasburg does not take advantage of a big-time opportunity. They strand 2 more. They've left 4 on base through 3, but they lead it 2-1 as we go to the 4th on the Express Baseball Network.
Famous Pond family.
Go to the 4th here, and Strasburg Express 2, Cannons 1. It'll be Kyle Johnson, Masuki Kono, and Lincoln Pack due up for the Cannons against Aaron Schaefer, who'll try to get through another inning here. First pitch is in there, strike 1. Strasburg, the number 2 seed in the North Division, finished the regular season with a mark of 23-17. 0-1. Breaking ball, swing, and a foul tip held on to by Duff, 0-2. I believe Purcellville finished I want to say they finished with 26 wins. I think they were 26-14 overall. 0-2. And Schaefer wanted it. It was a pretty pitch, but off the plate. And it's 1-2. So Johnson, who struck out his first time up, gets another chance here. And he swings and drives one to center. That's well hit, and Schmidt's not going to get there. It's going to bounce off the wall. And Johnson gets a leadoff double as Schaefer tried to get the fastball by him, and he did not miss it. A line drive double off the wall in center. It's the tying run.
Second baseman number 2, Mitsuki Kono.
And now you have Kono coming up, who most likely will lay down a bunt. So this is the inning here where Strasburg wants to hold the fort down. They don't want to let things fall apart here. Kono flew out to right his first time up. Infield is actually pretty much coming in. Second baseman is playing like infield in scenario. Now Bianchina is going to come in along with the catcher Duff. So I think they're expecting the drag bunt. Thing is, you have to understand, if you're Strasburg, it's the third inning, now the fourth inning. You're winning the game, so if that run does eventually score, okay, you're tied. But you don't want to allow Kono to reach when he's trying to give himself up. Or at least in a bunt scenario, you should be getting an out. We'll see if he shows. Infield playing pretty far in. He does show. He drags it down the first base line. Foul, 0-1. Had to watch that one for a second. You never know if it might roll back fair. And really, it wouldn't have been that bad for Purcellville because Johnson would have been at third and Kono would have been out. But this is interesting here. So Bianchina is pretty much playing infield in depth here. Pretty much the whole infield is. You don't really see this too often. 0-1. Phillips coming in at first. He shows, he gets it down, and it's a good one. Throw to first is down the line. And it's a tie game, and Kono's in the second, maybe even going to third. He's in the second, and we're tied, and that's what bunting can do for you. So 2-2 now, first error of the night for the Express as they just absolutely give one away. And still nobody out.
Number 1, Lincoln Pack.
So as I was saying, you have to at least get an out, and they couldn't do so. So it'll be a sacrifice and an E2. Still nobody out. Lincoln Pack, the batter. So the Cannons have scored in back-to-back innings. Big lead at second by Kono, the pitch. Showing bunt, pulling back for a ball, 1-0. Most teams really either don't want to play small ball or they just lack the ability. But Purcellville, they can play small ball. Gonna make life hard on you if they can. And a little grounder to third. Henderson gonna throw to first and not in time. It'll be scored as a fielder's choice. Kono to third, and still nobody out as Pack reaches.
45, Devin McEachran.
So first and third, still nobody out. It'll be the 7-hitter Devin McEachran, who struck out swinging his first time up. Big lead at first for Pack. The pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. Disastrous inning so far for the Express. A double, a sac bunt, and an E2. Then a fielder's choice. First and third, nobody out. Schaefer, 0-1. Swing and a miss. McEachran way behind, 0-2. David Sorg, the first baseman's on deck. He hit a home run to center field his last time up. Schaefer has to be smart here. Way ahead, 0-2. Runner might take off. He does not. And that's called ball one. One, two. Check swing, looked like he went. No, he did not. 2-2. That's back-to-back pitches where it looked like Schaefer had him struck out. Typically, oh, time is called. And now a warning has been called on the Purcellville dugout. I think they were saying that base umpire knows how to say safe like he was earlier when all the plays were affecting Purcellville in a negative manner on the safe calls. All right, 2-2 now. Big lead, the pitch. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. It's a huge punch out on a breaking ball, and there's one out here in the fourth.
Number 13, David Sorg.
So one big out, and here's David Sorg, the first baseman. Strasburg trying to hold on and keep this thing tied, but Sorg will step in, the big left-hander. The pitch, swing and a foul tip, 0-1. 2-2 here, top four in an elimination game. Purcellville leading this series 1-0. They've scored one in the last 2 innings, trying to add more here with just one out and men on the corners. Throw to first, and he would have, and here comes the runner, nearly came home. Should have been out at first. Pack should have been picked off, but Phillips dropped the baseball. Had him leaning, would have been out, but Phillips dropped it. And a big break for Purcellville. It's still 0-1 to Sorg. We'll see if that comes back to hurt Strasburg. Another throw to first. This time he's back in convincingly. Got to keep an eye on that runner at third. Kono, he's not afraid to be aggressive out there. If you're caught lacking for a second, they will take advantage. Swing and a foul back off the pole, 0-2. Big pitch coming up here to the first baseman, Sorg. Christopher Marte, the 9-hitter and the catcher, is on deck. Schaefer way ahead, 0-2. And a breaking ball misses away, 1-2. Looking for his best put-away pitch here. There is some throwing going on down in the Cannons bullpen. And a ground ball to second. Schaefer costing his team a run. He does throw it to first in time. It's 3-2 as the ball went off of his glove and trickled away from him on a ball that they might have had a chance for 2. Instead, a run scores, and it's 3-2 Cannons. Moving to second is Slade.
The catcher, number 9, Christopher Marte.
So he got ahead 0-2, but then on the comebacker, he put his glove up, and it went off of it and cost Strasburg a run. So score at 1-3 on the RBI putout, or RBI ground out. But the Cannons have their lead for the first time tonight. Here's the 9-hitter Marte. And he swings and misses, 0-1. It's a huge, huge break for Purcellville. The other side of it is, even if he comes up with it, I don't think he's going to have a play at home. Too much speed from Kono. The only play there is to try to turn 2 up the middle. 0-1. Strike 2 on the breaking ball. And Schaefer 1 strike away from sending this to the bottom of the fourth, trying to limit the damage. Strasburg's lead of 2-0 has dissipated. 0-2. Setting the pitch. And looked like strike 3. It's called ball 1, 1-2. So another chance for Marte. Breaking ball hit in the air to left. It's deep, and it's gone. 1-2 count, and he gives up a two-run bomb, and it's 5-2 Cannons. Had him behind 1-2 and gave up the home run. And Strasburg suddenly down by 3. Marte just getting it out of here. Had a bat flip to go along with it.
Center fielder number 99, Caleb Freeman.
So from 2-0 Strasburg to 5-2 Purcellville. And here's Freeman. And he takes ball 1. Disastrous inning here in the biggest game of the year for the Express. 1-0. And strike 1. And ball 2. And 3-1. And ball 4. 2-out walk. Second walk for Freeman.
Shortstop number 11, Shin Inoue. Our bad boy tonight is a veteran this season, but big round of applause for Mr. Christopher Poltar. Thank you, young man.
We'll step away briefly. All right, so after the meeting, it is Inoue batting again. The pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 1. Fouled away, 1-1. Two and 1. Three and 1. And ball 4.
Third baseman, number 43, Jake Slade.
And here comes Jake Slade. Slade 0 for 2 tonight. Fly out and a strikeout. And he takes somewhere, ball one. 5-2 Cannons. They've scored 4 here in the inning. Strasburg falling behind after they led 2-0 first. 1-0 runners go. The pitch is a strike. Duff throws to second. And not in time. That could have been bad too, but it'll be a double steal. Count is 1-1. Oh, base hit here could really break things open here in this spot. Top of the fourth. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and out of the zone. 1-2. Express will have 7, 8, 9 due up in the bottom of the inning. And Slade hits it up the middle. It's a base hit. And it will make it 7-2. So the Cannons are hitting around here.
27, Kyle Johnson.
And Schaefer is just being left out there. 2 RBI single there for Slade. Kyle Johnson doubled to lead off the inning after he was behind in the count, 1-2. It is spiraled. 6 runs in the inning here. Count is 0-1. And that ball is hit the left towards the corner, and it will not be caught. Chisholm lays out, he can't get there. One will score. And throw to second, not in time. And it's 8-2. So the Cannons look to be on their way at this point. Now 8-2 with still 2 outs. Second double the inning for Johnson. And here's Kono.
Second baseman, number 2, Itsuki Kono.
And now a visit to the mound. That'll be it for Schaefer. We'll tell you about the new arm after this. All right, new pitcher for Strasburg. They decided to deploy their best bullpen arm here, now trailing by 6 runs in the 4th inning. It'll be the left-hander Connor Burt out of Troy University. Burt, 6'3" lefty, 210. He's been arguably the best arm in the Valley League this year, but he comes in now with his team down 6 runs. And the pitch is just high, ball 1. And 2-0. Three and now. Three to Kono. And that's in there, 3-1. Swing and a foul back, 3-2. Three, 2. Swing and a miss, and Burt comes in and gets the strikeout. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Cannon's up 8-2. Phillips leads off for Strasburg as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Express trailing 8-2. It'll be 7, 8, 9. Phillips, Applegate, and LaSala. Still facing McMillan. And that skips in, ball 1. Express are going to have to chip away at this deficit that they've fallen into. One and one. And 2-1 now. That was off the plate. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Swing and a miss. One out here in the fourth.
That brings to plate the DH, number 5, Carson Applegate.
One out now for Applegate, the DH. And ball one. Swing and a miss, 1-1. That's down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Two one to Applegate. Popped out to right his first time up. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Two up and away, 3-2. 8-2 Cannons here, bottom of the fourth. They trailed 2-0, but they've scored 8 unanswered, 7 in the top of the inning. 7 unearned runs, all unearned in that inning. 3-2 is ball 4. Didn't miss by a whole lot, but
Shortstop, number 45,
just enough.
Anthony LaSala.
Brings up the 9-hitter, the shortstop, Anthony LaSala. 2-year player for the Express. Much appreciation for him and what he has done last year and this year, of course. Struck out looking his first time up. Throw to first, and Applegate just back in. Last thing you need is to get picked off right here. But we've seen it plenty this year, especially the last month or so. The pitch, swing and a pop-up in the center. Freeman's there and he makes the catch. 2 outs. Top of the lineup, here comes Bianchina, the second baseman.
Second baseman, number 10, A.J. Bianchina.
The pitch. Fastball, strike called. Oh, 1. Fouled back, it's 0-2. And that's high. Swing and a miss. We go to the 5th. Purcellville 8, Strasburg 2. 8-2 Cannons as we go to the top of the fifth. Connor Burt back to the mound for the Express. He'll face Lincoln Pack, Devin McEachran, and David Sorg, 6, 7, and 8. Pack tonight is 0 for 2 with a run scored. Fielder's choice is last time. It's ball 1. Strasburg just 2 hits so far tonight. They're going to have to get a lot more than that. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. That's outside from Burt, 2-1. And that's a nice breaking ball in there, 2-2. Charlottesville now leading Culpeper 6-0 in the bottom of the fifth there. So if they were to win and Purcellville were to win tonight, Purcellville would actually get a night off, another day off, 2-2. They've had a few this week. That misses, 3-2. Full count, nobody out, top of the fifth. And he struck him out. So he's faced 2 men, and he has struck out both of them.
Right fielder number 45, Devin McEachran.
Here's Devin McEachran. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. Oh, 1. Fastball away, 1-1. Also away, 2 balls and a strike now. Strasburg led 2-0 after 1, but Purcellville scored 1 in the third and 7 in the fourth. 2-1. Breaking ball doesn't come all the way back. It's 3-1 now. 3-1 to McEachran. 1 out here, top of the fifth. Swing and a miss, 3-2. And he struck him out. Another strikeout for Connor Burt.
First baseman number 13, David Sorg.
So 3 strikeouts, 3 batters, 3 full counts. Here comes David Sorg. He's 1 for 2, 2 RBIs, home run back in the third. And swing and a miss, 0-1. That's low, 1-1. Strasburg using Burt here to try to keep things where they're at and not allow any more damage to be done. The question will be, can Strasburg score 7 more runs tonight? They're going to need to at least get 9 to win it. 1-1 to Sorg. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Burt's a guy that probably like to use when you're ahead, but they're using him here when they're behind. The 1-2, and a swing and a miss. He has struck out 4. He has seen 4. And the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 8-2, Cannons. 8-2 Cannons. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Express have a lot of work to do to get back into this thing.
Those numbers again.
First pitch swinging is Brooks Henderson, who is 1 for 2 tonight. He fouls it back. It's 0-1. Blake McMillan, who was in trouble early, has done a good job of staying on track. He's only allowed the 2 runs. That's in the dirt, 1-1. It'll be 2, 3, 4. Henderson, Chisholm, and Duff here for Strasburg in the last of the fifth. Since they brought Connor Burt, the lefty, in, he has struck out all 4 that he's faced. 1-1. That's in the dirt again. Final line for Aaron Schaefer. He went 2 2/3, allowed 5 hits. He gave up 8 runs, but just 1 of those 8 was earned. Walked 3 and struck out 3. And it's 3-1. Three one, and that finds the corner. 3-2. Full count pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short and away. Has it bobbled off of him. Henderson thinking 2, but he's going to stay at 1. That'll be the 3rd error on the shortstop Anouye tonight.
Fielder number 48, Connor Chisholm.
Very uncharacteristic of him to have such a bad defensive night, but it hasn't affected the Cannons yet. So man at first with nobody out, and here's Chisholm. So not as bad as the leadoff walk, but he does get the first anyways. Pretty good lead at first, the pitch. That's in there, 0-1. 8-2, last of the 5th inning. Nobody out here in Game 2 of the North Finals. With a win, Purcellville would move on. With a loss, we would play Game 3 tomorrow night at Purcellville. 0-1, runner goes. The pitch is fouled away, 0-2. Chisholm tonight is 0 for 1. Walked in the first, then he stole second. Was caught stealing at third. It's 0-2. Third to first, and Henderson steps back in. Again, Chisholm finished the regular season for Strasburg with around an average of .360. I think he was second among qualified hitters in the Valley League this year in batting average. Very solid player from start to finish for the Express. 0-2. That's low, 1-2. One, two. That's in the dirt again. Bobbled by Marte, but runner does not advance. Can feel the temperature dropping here as we play one. Two. That's high, 3-2 now. Counts full. Well, McMillan, through 4+, has thrown 79 pitches. So this will be pitch number 80 here. Strike 3 call. And there's one out in the 5th. One out now for Logan Duff, the catcher.
The catcher, number 6, Logan Duff.
So a big first out for McMillan and the Cannons. And Duff takes low, ball 1. 1-0, runner goes, the pitch is high, throw to second, and it's stopped by the shortstop, but Henderson's into second on the stolen base. Two-0 to Duff. Runner goes, the pitch is a ball, throw to third, and he is out. And then an 8-2 ball game, the Express are caught stealing. Just makes no sense whatsoever. So the inning practically wiped out now, 2 outs, a 2-0 count to Duff. And that's a strike. It's 3-1 now. 3-1. And ball 4. Never fails. So a 2-out walk after the caught stealing. And it brings up Carter Schmidt.
Carter Schmidt.
All right, pitch to Schmidt. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
You're right. You know, wasn't good strategy? Huh? You don't think that was good strategy?
Stealing seconds okay.
0-1 to Schmidt. Runner at first, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Express down 8-2. That's fouled away. It's 0-2. And make sure you have the live stream on 1080p. That's high definition for the best quality. 0-2 the count. And that's inside 1-2 now. Eight to 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. McMillan trying to get through 5 for Purcellville. That's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strasburg just 2 hits. Purcellville just 6 hits, but they've got 8 runs to show for. They also, for Cannons, have also committed 3 errors. 2-2, swing and a miss. Struck Schmidt out, and the inning is over. Strasburg running out of outs here as we're through 5 and off to the 6th. Cannons 8, Express 2. We're back after this on the Express Baseball Network.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the orbit Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
We go to the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher for Strasburg. It'll be the right-hander Will Hummel out of the University of Pittsburgh. Hummel, 6'4" righty, will take over here as the Express trail 8-2. Hummel's also was banged up a little bit throughout the season, but he's been one of the better Express arms, and he's being used here as the Express trail by 6. The pitch. Fastball down the middle for a strike. Final line for Connor Burton, what may be his last appearance of the summer. Finished off fantastic, really, as he'd been all year. Faced 4, and he struck out all 4. 0-1 the count to the catcher Marte. Hummel deals. Breaking ball fouled away. It's 0-2. It'll be 9-1-2. Marte, Freeman, and Inoue here for the Cannons. Hummel, the righty, rocks and deals. Fastball misses, 1-2. One-two. Swing, and he popped it up. Got it off the end of the bat. Shortstop LaSala calls and makes the catch. 1 out.
Center fielder, number 99, Caleb Freeman.
Brings up Caleb Freeman, the center fielder. Flew out to right in the first, walked in the third, walked in the fourth, stole second in the fourth, and he scored a run tonight. And he takes a strike, 0-1. And Hummel misses off the plate, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. That's off, 2-2. Two-two to Freeman. And low, 3-2. Hummel gets him to line it to short. It's off the glove of LaSala. He recovers and throws to first in time. Nice play out there by Anthony LaSala. Tip of the cap to him. Had to go off of his glove, but recovered and threw it to first to throw Freeman out, who's limping back to the dugout. There are 2 outs.
Shortstop, number 11, Shin Inoue.
Big time recovery there by LaSala. He's always played a great shortstop, and he does it again there. So 2 outs now, and here's Shintaro Inoue. And he chops one to the right side. Phillips will charge. First baseman will toss to Hummel covering. And Inoue just went to the right of the bag. Didn't even run through the bag. Score at 3-1. And the Express get another quick one. So that is now 7 up, 7 down since Burt came into the game. He got 4, and then Hummel gets 3 there. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Strasburg trailing 8-2 here on the Express Baseball Network.
Right fielder number 9, Eddie Castillo.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Strasburg trails 8-2. It'll be a new pitcher for the Cannons. It'll be Austin King out of San Jacinto College North. King out of Pasadena, Texas, 6'3", righty, 195. And he will face a college teammate of his, Eddie Castillo, followed by MJ Phillips and Carson Applegate here in the bottom of the 6th. Strasburg, 12 outs to work with here, trailing by 6. Pitches in the dirt, ball 1. Castillo tonight 0 for 2 with a ground out and the fly out. One-0. That's outside 2-0. Strasburg, this was pretty much the score last night around this point. And they were down like 8-2, but then gave up some more runs late and rallied in the 9th, made it interesting. Made it a 4-run game, 2-0. That's in there, 2-1. So King coming in here in the 6th inning, trying to keep it 8-2 Purcellville. And breaking ball falls in for a strike, 2-2. And the biggest night of the year for the Express, they have just 2 hits, one by Henderson and one by Duff. That's ball 3. 3-2. MJ Phillips is on deck, walking a strikeout tonight. Big pitch here coming up to start this bottom of the 6th. King sets and deals. And a ground ball to third. That's going to be knocking the third baseman on his rear end. Slade just chucks it to first. Not in time. It'll be an infield single for Castillo. That ball literally knocked Slade backwards onto his rear.
MJ Phillips.
And a leadoff single, the 3rd hit of the night for the Express. So here's Phillips facing the right-hander for the first time tonight. Phillips trying to get on base here for the Express. And he takes low, ball 1. See if Strasburg can get something going here in this 6th inning. 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. Last thing you want to do if you're Purcellville and Austin King is be falling behind in the counts, especially with an 8-2 lead. Phillips not afraid to swing away when he gets in a hitter's count. He takes ball 3, 3-0. And a fastball up and in for a called strike, 3-1. Third to first, Castillo dives back into the bag safely. Still 3-1 to Phillips. And a ground ball off the top of the Cannons dugout into the crowd, 3-2.
This is a tobacco-free facility and a no vaping facility. So if you're smoking or you're vaping, cut it out.
Count is 3-2. Big pitch coming up from King to Phillips. Strike 3 called. And there's one out here in the 6th.
The DH, number 5, Carson Applegate.
Strasburg now just 11 outs to work with their season on the line. Carson Applegate, the batter, he's 0 for 1, walked his last time. And that's right down the chute for a strike, 0-1. A swing and a drive to left, backing up, and laying out and making an unbelievable catch out there is Lincoln Pack. 2 outs. That is just how things are going tonight for really both of these teams. Making a spectacular diving catch.
Anthony LaSala.
Robbing Applegate of extra bases. 2 outs in the 6th. Here's LaSala, and he takes a strike. 0-1. Fouled back quickly, 0-2. Third at first, Castillo back in. And a ground ball up the middle. And Inoue makes a play this time. It'll go 6 unassisted. And the inning is over. Strasburg down to just 9 outs to work with here in 2024. We go to the 7th, 8-2 Purcellville here on the Express Baseball Network. Back to Strasburg, we go to the top of the 7th. Cannons lead the Express 8-2. It'll be Jake Slade leading off for the Cannons. 3, 4, 5, Slade, Johnson, and Kono. As Will Hummel will start his 2nd inning of work. First pitch is swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. Checking in on the other game in the South Division. Charlottesville leading Culpeper 8-1, bottom 6. Tom Sox have to win tonight and tomorrow if they want to move on to the championship as they trail 1-0 in the series. Meanwhile, Purcellville just a win away if they can win this one tonight, and that's grounded up the middle for a base hit. And the 2nd hit of the night for Slade, and now 4 tries.
The DH, number 27, Kyle Johnson.
First base runner for the Cannons since the 4th inning. Leadoff single, that is hit number 7 for them. We'll get to some baseball history here in just moments. On this day, the 27th of July in 2024. And that's up and in to Johnson, who had doubled twice in the 4th inning. He led off with a double, And then when they got back to him again, he doubled again. It was an RBI double that time. 1-0, throw to first. And that hit him. And first and second with nobody out now.
Second baseman, number 2, Itsuki Kono.
And again, it brings up Kono in a perfect bunt spot here, even if it is 8-3. It's kind of where everything went to you-know-what for the Express earlier. On the bunt, where he laid it down with 2 strikes. I think it was with 2 strikes. Might have just been 0-1. Swings and fouls it back, 0-1. All right, some baseball history. Today in 1927, Mel Ott, 18 years old, hits his first Major League home run, an inside-the-park home run. It's the only inside-the-parker he would hit of his 511 career homers, the first. 0-1, fouled away, 0-2. Today in 1928 at Chicago's Kaminsky Park, A's outfielder Ty Cobb starts for the last time in a regular season game. The 41-year-old singles and doubles before he's hit in the chest with a pitch and leaves the game batting .332. Pitch to Kono, misses. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Will Hummel looking for a punch out here. Kono, the batter, he's 0 for 3. Or 0 for 2, I should say. And a swing and a miss. And he struck out. And Will Hummel picks up the punch out. That's now 2 strikeouts for Kono tonight.
Number 1, Lincoln Pack.
And here's Lincoln Pack with men on first and second and 1 out. Pack a strikeout his last time. He's 0 for 3 with a run scored back in the 4th. Pack crouch stance from the right side. And he takes a strike. Today in 1930, Cincinnati hurler Ken Ash throws 1 pitch in relief against the Cubs and then is lifted for a pinch hitter. Ash's pitch to Charlie Grimm results in a triple play, and he receives credit for a 6-5 victory, his last in the major leagues. That's fouled back. It's 0-2. And that, I don't know, that's just off 1-2. Hummel checks the runner at second. The righty kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And back-to-back punch-outs for Will Hummel out of Pittsburgh here in the 7th. Comes Devin McEachern. Today in 1947, Jake Jones of the Red Sox hits a foul ball along the third base line in the 6th inning. Browns pitcher Fred Sanford throws his glove at the ball to prevent it from rolling into fair territory. First pitch to McEachern. Check the runner at second. Inside move. So the pitcher throws his glove at the ball. The umpire, Cal Hubbard, awards Jones a triple on the basis of the rule about intentionally thrown gloves. The rule will be changed so it would only apply to fair balls. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Breaking ball down and in, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Today in 1966, the Wisconsin Supreme Court overrules a lower court decision and holds that the state doesn't have the jurisdiction to keep the Braves from moving to Atlanta. on this day in 1966. 1-2 is a fastball high, 2-2. Two with 2 outs in the 7th. Hummel looking for 3 consecutive punch outs here. And that's down and in, 3-2. Today in 1978, Mike Cubbage is 4 for 4, hitting for the cycle to lead the Twins to a 6-3 win over Toronto. Full count, runners are moving. And a swing and a miss, and after a single and a hit by pitch to start the inning, back-to-back-to-back punch-outs for Will Hummel. Devin McEachern now 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts swinging. Well, it's time to stretch here from Strasburg. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Express down 8-2 here on the Express Baseball Network. All right, we go to the bottom of the 7th. Strasburg down 8-2, and the first pitch to A.J. Bianchina is fouled away. It's 0-1. Alston King still in the mound after Blake McMillan went 5 innings for the Cannons, allowing just 2 hits, 2 runs with 1 earned, 5 walks, and 6 strikeouts. 0-1 to Bianchina. He's 0 for 3. And that's foul. That's a ground ball off the end of the bat, thrown to first and in time. Weird side spin on that. And Slade throws him out for the first out here in the 7th. It brings up Brooks Henderson, the third baseman.
Third baseman, number 41, Brooks Henderson.
Henderson double in the first, reached on an E6 in the third, reached on an E6 in the 5th. Didn't score on either one of those times when he reached on the air. It's 1-1 now. Excuse me. It is 1-0. 1-0. And now it's 1-1. One. Swing and a liner to short, and away makes the catch. 2 outs. 2 outs in the 7th. Here comes Connor Chisholm.
Left fielder number 48, Connor Chisholm.
Here's an interesting one. Today in 1988, Tommy John achieves what is believed to be a major league first by committing 3 errors on 1 play. I guess he must have thrown the ball into the crowd or something for one of those errors. The pitch. Swinging a hard chopper to first. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for David Sorg, or for Alston King. David Sorg takes it to the bag, and the Express pretty lifeless right now as they have just 6 outs left to survive and keep their season alive here tonight. We go to the 8th. That's been our history for possibly the final time on this day, baseball history, July 27th. We'll be back after this as we go to the 8th on the Express Baseball Network. Gavin Lill takes over for Strasburg as we go to the top of the 8th inning here in Game 2 of the North Finals. It'll be David Sorg, Christopher Marte in the top of the lineup, Caleb Freeman against Gavin Lill out of Millersville. Lill was with the Express part of the year last year. He's been here all year this year, and his first pitch to Sorg is in there. 5th pitcher of the night for the Express. They haven't allowed a run since the 4th, but they allowed 7 of them. And all 7 that inning were unearned. 0-1. That's to the backstop. 1-1. Lill out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. 6'3" right-hander, 230 pounds. Sorg, the batter, homered back in the 3rd. Struck out last time. 1-1. That's high. 2-1. Three and 1. Three one with nobody out, 8th inning. And a leadoff walk. Sorg reaches, it brings up the catcher Marte, who hit a big-time 2-run home run back in the 4th. He was behind in the count 1-2, got a breaking ball and absolutely popped it up in the air, and it ended up having just enough to get over. The pitch. Swing, and that ball is lined to left, but foul. 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. That'll be a base hit, and the Cannons will have first and second with nobody out. So the 8-9 hitter's getting it done. Leadoff walk and the single. And here's Caleb Freeman. That's now 8 hits on the night for the Cannons. Score from the South Division game. Charlottesville leading 8-1, top of the 7th. Fastball high, ball one. Some scores around the big leagues, some finals. Tigers beat the Twins today 7-2. Braves shut out the Mets 4-0. Reds were shut out by Tampa Bay 4-0. Orioles fell to the Padres 9-4. Blue Jays beat the Texas Rangers 7-3. 1-0. That's in there. Phillies beat the Cleveland Guardians 8-0. Giants leading the Rockies 3-1, bottom 8. Cubs leading the Royals 7-4, bottom 8. Dodgers on top of the Astros 5-4, bottom 7. 1-1 to Freeman, the pitch. That's high for a strike, 1-2. Marlins lead the Brewers 7-3. They're in the 7th. Nationals and Cardinals scoreless, just underway from St. Louis. Mariners leading the White Sox 5-2 in the 7th. Red Sox on top of the Yankees 6-5 in the 7th. 1-2 to Caleb Freeman. Lil deals, and that's a breaking ball called strike 3. And Lil picks up the punch out. 1 out here in the 8th. And here's Shintaro Inoue, the shortstop. Lil looking for a double play ball, maybe a pop-up. He shows bunt, pulls back, and takes the ball, and it's all the way to the backstop. So it's ball 1, and runners move up on a wild pitch. Wouldn't be shocked to see him squeeze here, really wouldn't. 1-0. He takes low, 2-0. I'd almost just put him on now and set up the force. He's a tough out anyways. Double and a walk tonight, also a fly out and a ground out. 2-0. Inside 3-0. Three-0. And that's in there for a strike. 3-1 now. Soar gets third and Marte at second. 8-2 Cannons here. Top 8. Infield playing in for the Express. And a ground ball to the right side. That'll get through both the diving first and second baseman. One will score, holding the runner at third, and it's 9-2. That got through the infield that was playing in. And now Inoue appears to be hurt, holding his hand. Cannon's calling for a trainer. So it's 9-2 with runners at first and third. And while they talk that over, we'll be right back. All right, so Inoue will be lifted for a pinch runner. It'll be Curtis Wells who will take over and be at first base. So it's first and third with one out, and the batter's Jake Slade. It's now 9-2 Cannons. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. So for the Cannons, who appear to be moving on to the championship series, you don't want to be without Shintaro Inoue. 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Slade was completely fooled on a breaking ball. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. He checked the swing again and went around. So Slade strikes out. There are 2 outs now here in the 8th inning. And it brings up Kyle Johnson, the DH. Johnson's been on 3 times, 2 doubles. Excuse me. Yeah, he's been on 3 times. Struck out his first time, but since then, he has been on. Breaking ball low to the backstop, moving to second on the wild pitch is Curtis Wells. One out. Fouled back, 1-1. Swing and excuse me, ball 2, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to Johnson. Two 1, and that misses up and in. 3-1 now. Lil trying to get through the 8th inning here. 9-2 Cannons. And swing and a miss. The count's full, 3-2. Payoff pitch is grounded to third. That is going to be past Brooks Henderson. 1 will score. Second runner being sent. Here's the throw to the plate, and he is out. Oh, and a collision. And a collision there. For some reason, Curtis Wells runs the catcher Duff over, and the benches are going to clear here. For some reason, Curtis Wells runs over the catcher Duff, who just came in to pinch run. The benches have cleared. Don't know what in the world he was thinking there. Just awful decision making there by Curtis Wells, who came in to pinch run. It's going to be a double play as the out is recorded, 7-2, but just awful decision making by Curtis Wells. He comes in and runs the catcher Logan Duff over. A collision at the plate. I'd be shocked to not see an ejection here after that, but we'll see, as Cullen Smith can't believe it. He is going ballistic right now after he saw his catcher get run over by a Purcellville Cannon.
Blue, is the catcher ejected? Is he ejected?
So an ejection has been called on Curtis Wells, who came in to pinch run for Inoue. And that'll be it.
The play's over, folks. The catcher was ejected.
So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 9-2 Purcellville. So it's 10-2 as we still try to get things straightened out after Purcellville's pinch runner ran over the catcher, Logan Duff. And the courtesy runner was then ejected for doing that. That's obviously a safety thing. It's not football. So Duff will bat after he got run over, but the good thing is he held onto the ball, and he was also okay, which is good. Duff has been a tough player. He's been a good player since he's joined the Express. He's been on twice tonight, a single and a walk, the 1-0. That's fouled back. It's 1-1. 10-2 is our score here. Bottom of the 8th. The Express have just 6 outs to work with their season on the line. Yeah, the game of baseball changed as far as that play when Buster Posey got run over and nearly paralyzed, really. 1-1. 2-1. It's known as the Posey rule nowadays. 2 balls and a strike to Logan Duff out of Randolph-Macon. And that is high, 3-1. Strasburg just 2 runs on 3 hits tonight. 3-1 to Duff. Leadoff walk can help you do that, and he grounds one to third. It'll be stopped by the third baseman Slade on a dive. Throw to first in time. Heck of a play over there. Tip the cap there. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cannons have played an overall very, very solid game. They've been a very good team this year. Had some ups and downs like everybody, but when it's mattered, they've shown up. And a big play there for the first out here in the 8th. Here's Carter Schmidt, the center fielder. The pitch. Fastball's high, ball 1. Look back at some of the highlights for Strasburg this year. You have to think about the 10-game winning streak when they were just absolutely dominating their opponents, 1-0. And that misses 2-1. Excuse me, 2-0. You have to think back to the game against Front Royal where they came back and scored, I think it was 8 runs without recording an out in the bottom of the 9th to storm back and beat the Cardinals, 2-0. And the pitch. And that's high for a strike, 2-1. You think back to the All-Star game where some of the Strasburg players were big contributors. Kyle Edwards, who we miss a lot. 2-1. That's ball 3. Diego Viescas, who hasn't been here for a long time, was also in the All-Star game. Connor Chisholm hit a home run in the All-Star game. Had MJ Phillips in the home run derby. Had Tate Nunley in the prospects game. Gavin Lill there as well. Three and 1 to Schmidt. And a called strike as Carter had already thrown his bat. Some frustrations, obviously, for the Express. Some talking back and forth. Home plate umpire giving Carter some leash to talk. 3-2. That's in the dirt, ball 4. And a 1-out walk to Carter Schmidt here in the bottom of the 8th.
Right fielder number 9, Eddie Castillo.
So will that be the walk that we look back on tomorrow morning and say, wow, that really changed the game? We'll see. Here's Castillo facing his college teammate for the second time. He's 1 for 1 off of him. Base hit last time. The pitch from Austin King. That's inside, ball 1. But, again, thinking back to that winning streak for Strasburg, just in my years with the Valley League, which I've been involved for 13, 14 years, something like that. The type of dominance, not just winning 10 games, but the dominance that they were putting together, really something I hadn't seen in the Valley League before. The way they were just destroying everyone that got in front of them. Pitch to Castillo's a strike. One. That's high. You look back to this Express lineup just back on the 28th, so a month and a day ago. It was a game against the Rebels. Strasburg won 18-4, and it gave them a 15-6 record at the time. The count's 2-1 to Castillo. And that hit him. Teammate hit teammate. Castillo staring him down.
MJ Phillips.
And King is smiling. So you look at the roster Strasburg had in that lineup on the 28th of June. Connor Chisholm in the 2-hole. Eddie Castillo in the 7-hole. And Aaron Schaefer came in to pitch at one point in that game. That's all that Strasburg had from a month ago to today. It's quite remarkable. All right, we've got a meeting at the mound. We'll step away briefly. All right, meeting at the mound is over. Here's Phillips, and he takes a strike, 0-1. Phillips, 2 strikeouts and a walk tonight. Culpeper now trailing Charlottesville 8-1 in the 9th inning, so it appears they'll have a Game 3 tomorrow night in Charlottesville. 0-1. And a liner into right. It's a base hit. It's going to bounce in front of the right fielder, McEachran. The throw to the plate is not in time. And it's 10-3. Bang, bang play, but getting in there safely. And Strasburg not giving up yet. Schmidt scores all the way from second. Castillo moves to third. And that'll be it. Cannons aren't going to mess around. They're going to the bullpen again. We'll tell you about the new arm right after this. All right, new pitcher for Purcellville here. It'll be Daniel Quintana taking over as the Express have men on the corners with one out. Again, last night, Strasburg made a big comeback but fell short in the ninth inning. First pitch from Quintana is a strike. It's 0-1. Quintana is a 6'3" righty out of Shepherd College from Haymarket, Virginia. Home of the former Haymarket Senators. Haymarket, yeah. 0-1. And a ground ball past the mound. Inoue charges. He scoops. He throws to first. Offline again. Inoue can't make the play. It'll be a base hit on an infield single. A run scores. It's 10-4. Just a soft grounder back past the mound. And
First up, number 45, Anthony LaSala.
very unlike Shintaro tonight, he has not been making the plays. Every throw practically. Oh, excuse me, that's not Shintaro anymore. He's not even in the game. It's Kono. So Kono made the bad throw, but it's still an infield single. Here's LaSala, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1, so it's 10-4 now. It'll be an RBI for Applegate. LaSala batting. Phillips at second, Applegate at first. Quintana sets the 0-1. That's outside. Looks like he's got a good fastball and a nasty breaking ball, maybe a slider. 1-1. LaSala's 0 for 3 tonight. 1-1. And that's a strike. It's 1-2. One swing here makes it a 3-run game, makes it interesting. Still with only one out in the 8th inning. One-two, Quintana sets and deals, and a breaking ball gets away, and the runners are going to move up. It'll be a wild pitch, and now a base hit could make it a 4-run game. Phillips to third, and Applegate moves up to second. Now they're going to appeal. Did he go? No. Imagine if he said yes. I'm still waiting for the time where they wait a minute and then appeal, and they actually say he went around. I've never seen that. Still waiting for that. All right, here we go, 2-2. And a swing and a foul ball. Catcher couldn't hold on to it. Marte gives the shortstop LaSala another chance here in the bottom of the 8th. Two the count. Again, Quintana out of Shepherd. Up in West Virginia, the 2-2. And just a little emergency hack, and LaSala gets a piece and fouls it off. Still 2-2. 10-4 is our score. The Cannons just 5 outs away from winning the North Pennant. Won the regular season title and trying to win the North Championship and get them back to the championship series. Two. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and there are 2 outs here in the 8th. And back to the top of the lineup, it'll be Bianchina.
Second baseman, number 10.
Second baseman.
Bianchina.
He's 0 for 4 tonight. Again, offense has been hard to come by tonight for Strasburg. They've managed just 5 hits. And 2 of those were in the first 3 innings. Bianchina, the switch hitter. Takes a ball, 1-0. Close pitch there. 1-0. And a ground ball up the middle, charging the second baseman. He'll play it on a hop, throw to first in time. And the inning is over. Strasburg scores 2 runs, but they still trail by 6. As we go to the 9th, it's 10-4 Cannons. Purcellville 3 outs away from winning the pennant. And we go to the top of the 9th inning. It'll be Masuki Kono batting here for the first time. No, it's not the first time. He's batting for the first time as the shortstop. Let me clarify that. It's ball 1 from Gavin Lill. The pitch. Fastball in there, 1-1. Kono tonight, a couple of strikeouts. He reached on a sacrifice E2, and he's also flown out to right. Temperature continues to drop here at the ballpark. 1-1. And that almost hit him, 2-1. Get you the final line for Purcellville's Alston King here in just a second. 2-1 is popped up into left center. Chisholm charges in. Looks like he has it, and he does. 1 out here in the 9th.
Left fielder, number 1, Lincoln Pack.
Yeah, I said a little bit ago, Purcellville back to the championship. Don't know, actually, I don't think, obviously, their franchise, it originated from another franchise, but as Purcellville, yeah, originated in Luray, which they've won a boatload of titles, or they used to back in the day. Then they were Charlestown, then it was, yeah. You had Haymarket and Aldi, but I don't know if that's a different, yeah, that's a different franchise altogether. But swinging a miss 0-2 for Lincoln Pack. But yeah, Luray won a boatload of championships over the years, but I don't know, actually, I said earlier Purcellville had been there. I don't think they have. Swing and a miss. No, they're going to say a foul ball. I know a few years ago Purcellville got to the division finals and then lost to Woodstock. Woodstock went on to lose to Charlottesville in the championship. Count is 0-2 to Lincoln Pack. He's 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. And Lil deals, and strike 3 called. 2 outs here in the 9th. All right, here's Devin McEachran.
45, Devin McEachran.
McEachran 0 for 4 with 4 punch outs, all swinging. Tell you, the Express, I mean, they've struck out a lot of guys tonight. That's now 14 strikeouts for Strasburg pitching. That's a dirty breaking ball falling in for a strike, 0-1. Charlestown made it back in 2014, but lost to Waynesboro 2-1. 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And Gavin Lill trying to finish off this outing here and possibly conclude the defensive side of things for Strasburg here in 2024. He's trying to strike out McEachran. And he takes ball 1, 1-2. 10 runs on 10 hits and 3 errors for the Cannons, 4 runs on 5 hits and an error for the Express. Strasburg coming into this year with 3 Valley League championships, lost in the division finals last year. It was actually a little bit different format, but they did lose. Swing and a miss, and McEachran has struck out 5 times tonight, all swinging. And the inning is over. Well, the season comes down to this for the 2024 Strasburg Express. They trail 10-4 as we head to the 9th, and Quintana look to come in and finish it off. We'll be back after this for the bottom of the 9th when we return here on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. And off to the bottom of the 9th here in Strasburg as the Express cling to their final 3 outs here in 2024. It'll be Brooks Henderson leading off, and the first pitch is fouled back by Daniel Quintana. It's 0-1. The start tonight was Blake McMillan. He got into trouble early but worked around it, went 5 innings allowing just 2 hits, and he's in line for the win right now even though he walked 5 batters. 0-1. That's high, ball 1. Aaron Schaefer would take the loss for the Express. He went 2 2/3, allowed 5 hits, gave up 8 runs. Just one of those 8 runs was earned. Walked 3 and struck out 3. 1-1. That's high again, 2-1 to Henderson. Brooks has been on 3 times tonight, lined out to short his last time. Brooks out of Lackawanna College. 2-1. That's in there, 2-2. Again, the Cannons got some rest early in the week, had some forfeitures go their way, 2-2, fouled back, and then they got the day off where they had the play-in here between Strasburg and Winchester, and they may have another day off tomorrow. Strasburg needs 6 to tie, 7 to win here in the bottom of the 9th. 2-2, swing and a miss. And the Cannons are 2 outs away from winning the pennant.
Left fielder number 48, Connor Chisholm.
Brings up Connor Chisholm for likely one final time. Chisholm, heck of a season here in 2024 for the Express. Here from start to finish. He and some others in this lineup have done the very same thing, and you have to tip the cap to him. That's a called strike, 0-1. Express have overcome over 35 different players coming and going from the original roster. It's 1-1 now. And a ground ball to second. It hits the lip, and a fitting way for Chisholm to reach base on a base hit. Absolutely fitting for Chisholm. As he gets the base hit.
Catcher number 6, Logan Duff.
Sixth hit, and here's Logan Duff. Bounced up, hit the lip, and the second baseman McEachern tried to barehand it. It went right off his hand into the outfield. So a 1-out single. Here's Logan Duff. Grounded out to third his last time up. The pitch. That's in there. Credit to the Randolph-Macon kids for coming in, and they've done a heck of a job. They stepped up and came to Strasburg when the Express were really getting low on offensive bodies, and they've done a great job. Him and Schmidt, 0-1. That just misses. A shout out to Chase Ingram, a 2-year player for the Express out of UAB. Of course, Anthony LaSala. Great contributors. 1-1. And it's 1-2. Shout out to Hayden Fravel, the Strasburg hometown product, left-hander out of the bullpen for the Express this year. 1-2 to Logan Duff with 1 out in the 9th inning. The pitch. And that misses. 2-2. A little bit more of a turbulent year than usual for the Express, I guess, performance-wise, but overall still a very solid season they've put together. Started slow, which is a little bit uncharacteristic for an Express team, but they found their groove during the 10-game winning streak. Just dominant baseball. Hit the skids over the last 2 or 3 weeks of the year. 2-2. And that just misses from Quintana, 3-2. But a team that's battled. You kind of feels like if you followed the team last year, they really, less bodies than they have this year, but battled and continued to fight and nearly got to the championship series before Kyle Edwards broke our hearts as a member of the Tom Sox then. 3-2 the pitch. Swinging a liner into right field, moving to his right, and making the catch out there is Brooks Bauer. Or excuse me, Bauer Burkhart. And a line drive out for the second out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Carter Schmidt is the final out for Strasburg here in the bottom of the 9th. Two outs here, bottom 9. Cannon's just an out away. And the pitch is a strike. Express had the Tom Sox win a big game 2 last year right here in this ballpark before the Express ultimately fell in Charlottesville. 0-1 to Schmidt, the pitch. And a ground ball to first. It's a foul ball. And Strasburg is down to their final out here and final strike of 2024. As we pass the 10 o'clock hour mark here on the 27th of July in 2024. Got started tonight at exactly 7 o'clock. 0-2 the count. And the pitch. That's up high to Schmidt, 1-2. Quintana sets, the righty checks the runner and delivers. Swinging a number up the middle to second. It'll be fielded by McEachern. The tag is made. And the Purcellville Cannons have won the North Division pennant as they defeat the Strasburg Express tonight by a final of 10-4. And Purcellville is moving on to the Valley Baseball League Championship as they knock off the Express tonight by a final of 10-4. Strasburg's season comes to an end tonight, short of their ultimate goal of getting to the championship and winning a Lina Weaver Cup. But Strasburg falls short tonight, and their season comes to a close here on the 27th of July in 2024 in Game 2 of the North Division Finals. Winning pitcher tonight is Blake McMillan. The loser is Aaron Schaefer, and there's no save here in this final ball game. Well, another fun year of summer baseball here from Strasburg as the Cannons win the North Division for what I believe is to be the first time ever. And they'll be competing for a Lina Weaver Cup championship starting likely on Monday against either the Culpeper Cavaliers or the Charlottesville Tom Sox. Another fun year of baseball here from Strasburg. Again, the Express come up short, but they performed well, and all credit in the world goes to these guys that have stuck it out and finished the year, especially those who started the year and stayed and finished all the way to the end. Also want to thank everyone involved with the Express. A lot of work goes into putting a team together from the top to the bottom. A lot of community support goes into this. We want to thank everyone for tuning in all season long to our broadcast here on Facebook and YouTube. It's been my pleasure bringing all these games to you. I want to thank the Express organization for giving me another year. This marks off now year number 8 as the voice of the Express, and it's been another great one. I want to thank everyone. I want to also thank our media intern, Lincoln Burkholder, for doing a great job with our social media updates, along with filling in and doing some broadcast for us here. He did a great job, and want to thank him for that as well. Well, things come to an end tonight here for the Strasburg Express as the season wraps up. Again, we want to thank everyone for sticking with us and supporting, whether you could come to the games or with the technology if you watched from home. But Strasburg's season comes to an end tonight here on the 27th of July in 2024. Best of luck to the Purcellville Cannons as they'll be moving on and trying to compete for a Valley Baseball League championship. As we look at the final line score here in this one, Purcellville wins the series. They go 10 runs on 10 hits and 3 errors. The Express fall tonight on 4 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Cannons are moving on. The Express have their season come to an end. We hope to join you. We hope you join us next year. And I hope to be back for year number 9 as the Express will look to get back another championship. They come into the year with 3. They'll finish the year with 3 and look to win number 4 in 2025. Again, thank you for joining us all summer long. It's been a pleasure, and we hope you have a great rest of your year and wish you the best moving forward. Cannons in the Express season here in Game 2 of the North Division Finals tonight by a final of 10-4. And that will do it for us here in 2024. For the final time here this season, this is Kyle Gutschall signing off for the 2024 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League.